Hey, Wolfpack! Angela Wolf here for your daily dose of creativity and inspiration. We're brand ambassadors are taking over the Brother Sews. Let's see, today we're on the Brother Sews Facebook page. It's hard to keep track of these days. So welcome everyone. Say hi, say where you're from if you've never been here before. I was just looking at the calendar and today's Wednesday. Check. I always have to check that off during this weird time. And do you realize it has been 3.5 years this week that we've been doing this Facebook Live show at 1:30 every Wednesday. 3.5 years. That's a long time. Oh my gosh. So welcome everyone. I just had to say hi. So I have a really great show for you today. I have Beth Sweet from Quilts Lace down in Melbourne, Florida. She's waiting to say hi. We're going to talk a little bit about business and some ideas for you that in case you're not in business and you just want to sew and have fun. They've been working on a lot of fun things to keep people engaged and to keep that creativity going. And then when that's finished, I have this beautiful piece of fabric. I'm going to show you how to use to sew, or I should say serge, a rolled hem on the serger, and we're going to make an infinity scarf. I came up with this idea because the mask is driving me crazy. So just for me, when I'm just out and about, these infinity scarves are going to be great. So that's today's show. And I had to give a shout out to the Fashion Sewing Club last night. We had our group, whoever could show up, do a live Zoom meeting. I'll find the photo for you before we end here, but I'll tell you what, to see over 100, well, I think I capped it at 100 because I didn't pay for the paid. We had 100 people on video, plus the others that were on phone calls. It was insane. It was just a meet and greet to test technology. So we didn't do the mute all, and it was a little bit insane, but it was so nice to put faces with each one of you and your voices. So thanks for doing that. All right, so I see you all in here. You can hear me, I assume, because I don't see anybody else saying that they can't. Welcome, everyone. I saw that yesterday's show that a lot of you were talking about meeting each other. I mean, like you were neighbors, and you didn't realize it until you were watching the live show, which is completely awesome. All right, so you all are here. Awesome. Karina, what are you doing up? You were up at midnight last night watching us all the way from Norway. Loud and clear. All right. Nancy, if you cannot hear, well, you can't hear me. Someone tell her to refresh her page. Usually that works because everybody else can hear. All right. Let's not make Beth wait any longer. She's got a busy day ahead. So let's see here. Hi, Beth.
Hey. Hi, Angela.
So everyone, meet Beth Sweet. I've been to her store, what would you say, like 4 years ago, maybe, down in Melbourne?
Yes, at my grand opening when we were just launching, I launched the store. You were here to help us make a skirt. I don't know if you remember, it was the A-line skirt.
Oh, yes.
And, yeah. And then you helped us with the dream fabric frame. You were creating things on that. It was
absolutely
awesome.
So, Beth, this is so much fun to see you virtually since everything's kind of underway. But you have been a very busy lady. Your store has been busy, what you're doing. So I wanted to just touch base. We've been trying to share a little bit each week about how dealers and fabric stores are trying to stay in business right now while you can't have customers. Now, you're in Florida and your laws are a little bit different. Did they open anything up for you yet?
Monday. So Monday we opened up. Of course, when this all started happening, we were super concerned with, how we were going to continue on. But our customers have just been great. I see Gay. Hey, Gay. And they've been patient with us. They've been adapting to our new things because we were doing curbside. And of course, we have a repair center in the store. So we were having them drive around back. We just said, pop your hatch on your car. We'll take the machine out and you can drive around. So we were trying to keep everybody safe. I have been wearing my mask all day.
Oh, that's so
a little. Yeah, this is Tilda fabric.
Nice.
Cute on the other side. So I'm going to have to start making one to match all my outfits. But anyway, people.
That is true, by the way. We were just talking about that now that we know we're going to have to wear these for a while, I just got the notification for all the airlines. This is going to be, I might as well just grab another, because I make all my own clothes, most of them, grab another piece of fabric for each one. It's going to be the fashionista thing, huh?
It is. And in fact, we have some people that do businesses that they're selling the masks. And they said when they first started making them that they were using all kinds of funky things. That's what was selling, funny things. But now it's going to just solid colors, professional looking. So the trend is changing. We've been doing curbside, and then Monday we were allowed to open up. We, of course, are still thinking we want to keep our customers and the staff safe. So we have limited hours, and then we only allow a few customers at a time. Everybody must wear a mask. So we're trying to accommodate as best we can, still do curbside, and we hope to also go online very soon with the store too.
Which that would be great. All right. So what you have been, what time is, now you do a Facebook Live every day.
I do. So that's some of the new things. So a bright side to this very challenging time is that I have to do new things that I'm having to constantly learn. And it was stuff that is like, oh, I do need to learn how to do that. And I've just kept putting it off. Well, now they're all on the top of the pile there of what I need to do.
Hey, Beth, I got a hot one. You keep talking for a minute. I got FedEx at the door.
All right, very good. So what I was just saying is that new channels of getting out there to people, since we can no longer have classes, is we have our Facebook, of course. And on Facebook, I go live at 5 o'clock, and I've been talking about needles and threads and the scan and cut machine. So I've been doing that. And then also we have a new group where you can join in. It's called Quilts and Lace Sew Along. And we are doing little sew alongs with people on that, little projects that you can work with us. And then one of the big things that I'm very proud of is that we have a YouTube channel now. And on the YouTube channel, we are posting our classes. So Ira and many other people are creating videos so that people know how to use these new machines that they're buying. And before I go away from thinking about the scan and cut machine, Angela, thank you so much for helping us figure out how to do that whole live broadcast on merging the luminaire and the scan and cut machine. So that is a video that is on our Facebook group. So I encourage you guys to go see that. I talk about how to take designs out of the luminaire and cut the applique embroidery designs right in the scan and cut machine. So that was a lot of fun. And brother was...
That project, by the way, I just did you see this one? You guys should go see her video, because this is one that came out of the machine. And thing, the applique, and then we cut it on the scan and cut. It's so simple to do. You forget that they work together.
A lot simpler to cut out those complicated designs with the scan and cut. And Rachel was our winner. So we were so glad to have Rachel be our winner. She's very excited to have the scan and cut machine. So that was exciting.
Congratulations. Yeah, that was a pretty cool thing. That's a really pretty quilt behind you, by the way. We're doing I Spy.
Oh, are we talking about the Florida bag or further back?
Oh, is that a bag?
It's a purse made out of cork.
Okay, putting the glasses on. Oh, yeah.
So it's cork fabric.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, so cork handles.
Nice.
So beautiful blue cork. This is a Florida panel that's been very popular. And the other thing we did with it is we made the beautiful pillow. So it's just a beautiful pillow.
That's beautiful. I see you guys asking where can they find them? Well, the website's quiltsandlace.com, and on YouTube, just look up Quilts and Lace under YouTube, and then also her Facebook page. I'll leave links for you on my blog for that. But Quilts and Lace, your store is very busy right now.
We have been, so we're so glad customers are patient.
Well, it's nice that you were taking the time to come on here, because everybody was chatting about this. So I see a lot of people that were in that class with us when I was down there. How nice is that?
Yeah, neat. That was a lot of fun.
Cindy wants to know how that cork sewed, by the way. We've been talking a lot about cork.
Very easy to sew on. It's very pliable. You can embroider on it just as easily. So no issues with sewing cork.
Nice, nice. Hey, we were talking about fabrics. and you have a ton of fabrics there, by the way. You also, I don't know if you still have this. It was a few years I was there, but you had a great selection of books. Do you still have that selection of sewing books and things like that there?
We try to keep it up to date. I happen to be a book lover, so that was one thing I like having in the store are books. We are right now, by the way, doing 15% off everything, everything in the store except machines, to thank people for, coming out and supporting us. And I did want to say when we were officially closed, people were just so friendly. I had one customer come in and just said, here's $100. Tell me how you want me to spend it. I mean, I am so appreciative of people buying locally and supporting us. That's been terrific.
That is
and
awesome.
Our staff has been busy learning. So while we have less time in the store, they've been getting educated, and we are getting really educated about making masks. So, we got about 100 different ways that we can help make. We do have wait lists for elastic, but we keep getting elastic in.
Nice.
So the staff is just becoming so knowledgeable. They're very helpful to customers.
Do you have any mask the patterns on your site or anything like that, or in any of your videos? I see a lot of people.
Yes, we have a very simple one. And if you want, I'll share another one. The one that I did here, it was actually an Asian lady. She used elastic, but of course, elastic is scarce. So I did just do ties. So one of the things that I have been showing on my 5 o'clock video is how to use the serger to, make the bias binding ties here, and on the sewing machine, and some ironing tools too, so you don't burn your fingers as you're ironing, ironing the products. But I can certainly share that.
That would be great. So, because I see a lot of people asking, and Darlene wants to know, can they order elastic from you if they call in?
If you call in, we will have to put your name on a wait list. I have a ton of elastic ordered, so we have been fulfilling. And what we're doing to kind of help everybody get one is we're limiting it to 10 yards. So
okay, that's a good idea.
And our telephone number, I don't know if you want that.
Oh, sure. Let me here. I'll put it. Hold on one sec. Let me just put a little banner up here for you. Maybe.
I do see the quiltsandlace.com. So that's good.
Okay, what's your phone number?
321-622.
Oops, hold on a second. I've 321-622.
8602.
8602. Let's see if get that up there. Here you go, guys. There
you go, big and bold. All right, be prepared, guys.
Yeah, don't be calling her now during the show. You gotta wait till after the show. We can't interrupt.
Oh, it has been such a funny world with the things people are asking for.
Oh my gosh. Well, so you also have some other fabrics, and we were talking about this right before the show. Because
if you're gonna make the infinity scarf. What fabric are you gonna use for that?
I actually found this piece of, it's silk charmeuse. It was left over from an outfit that I had, which I know that you're supposed to use a tight woven, cotton and things like that. But I have to tell you, I hardly go anywhere. Well, actually, I don't go anywhere, but I do have to go to the grocery store every once in a while. And the mask, all that it does is make me want to cough. And so I can't go anywhere because people are going to think that, it's like a mental thing, but I also have allergies. So I thought this scarf, I'm going to teach them how to do an infinity scarf today. And this is silk charmeuse. But I'd love to have some cotton in it. And if I remember correctly, you have a fabric that might work.
Yeah, we've got a beautiful fabric. Let me put this down. So this fabric is by Kaufman. It's called Radiance. And it is, what did I say it was? 55% cotton and 45% silk. So it's super soft. I was sharing earlier that it does shrink. So make sure that you probably want to wash it first. But we have beautiful colors. So I don't know if you guys can see these.
Can you hold up like one sheet of it so I can see the drape of it? You know me. We have to we have to feel it through you. Oh my gosh, that looks like silk.
It does. It's very pretty.
Oh, I love that. I'm watching these comments. Rich colors. Yes. So you got green.
It is. We do have jewel tones. I think we have some neutral colors too back there. Cream.
Does Arnell wants to know if it's coming in purple, if you have purple.
Betsy, can you see if this comes in purple for me, please? This is Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
Betsy is our, she does a wonderful job of making sure that the store looks pretty. She just knows how to bring colors together. She's our go-to for matching things up.
Nice. Someone just wants to know what the price of that, or you want them to call you. That's fine too. I don't care.
It's $16.99 a yard. So you can tell by the price that it does have silk in it.
Well, but I would have thought it would have been more. Have you bought silk lately? That stuff is crazy expensive. I'm like holding on to mine.
So they're kind of raspberries. We do have this kind of purple one here. This is kind of maroon. This is kind of raspberry, and this is like a red.
Oh, I'm gonna. Well, if you would do me a favor, I'm going to call you after the show, but please save me 1 yard of the red. That's beautiful.
Okay.
So just in case you all call while I'm doing the tutorial, I have to make sure I secure my position here.
Oh, Betsy's got more.
Oh, you have more?
We have more. So.
Oh, look at those beautiful colors.
So we got a light blue, gray. This is kind of a peachy something, pink, and I don't know what you'd call this, a camel or.
Okay, beautiful. So you got the softer, you've got the rich tones.
Yeah.
We only need 1 yard for a scarf. Well, you could probably use less, but I would take a yard. So, hey, Liz, is silk good for making masks? Well, here's the deal. I have no idea because there's so many legalities to this, but it is a tight weave. And I could put a filter in there with a piece of cotton where it's just a small piece. It's just the whole cotton over my face that's driving me crazy. So it's better than nothing in my case. But I think from what I've heard is a tight woven cotton, like a batik, is the best. That's what I've read, but who knows? And also being able to put a coffee filter. So my thought is after I make the infinity mask to have like just a little pocket for the filter if I decide to do that. But for me, it's just to have something outside so people think, I'm covered, whatever.
We also been using some Pellon products, some interfacing products. So you probably wouldn't want iron-on for this. I don't know if you would. I'm not familiar with how the iron-on would work on that, but you certainly don't have to iron it on. But we've been using like the 808, the 950, and I think it's the 906 or maybe it's 960. Anyway, there's some Pellon products, and I'm glad to pull them for you if you want to see that are popular for adding that additional layer between the mask.
Right. Susan, she doesn't have a website yet, but didn't you say you were working on it?
I have a website. It's just you can't order there. So the website, I do see it scrolling along the bottom, quiltsandlace.com. And when we go live, it will be the same one. And if you want to go to our website, subscribe to our email. And so as soon as we go live, I will send an email out to everybody saying, hey, we're live. So we've got some fun kits that we're putting on there. So I don't know if I can, probably can't swing the computer around enough, but we got a beautiful flamingo quilt.
Oh, you can tell us. They're used to getting seasick. We don't care. But hey, what was the name of that fabric again? I have a few people.
Radiant by Kaufman.
Radiance.
Uh-huh.
All right. Got it.
This is called Baby Blue. It says, I can't read that. I'm trying to say.
Thanks, Gail. I agree.
It says dry clean okay. I'm trying to read if it says anything else about care. It says hand wash.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll swing around and I'll show you the flamingo quilt. Kind of walk around this way so you can see our store.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's take the comments down. Oh, your store looks fantastic.
There's the books we're going by.
I forgot you expanded.
I did.
Wow.
All right. So there's our flamingo quilt.
Oh my gosh. Here, I'm going to bring you up by yourself. Can you guys? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? So it uses a curved ruler, but because you're cutting the piece, both sides of the curve with the same ruler, you don't have to pin as you're sewing it. So that's super cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's absolutely gorgeous. Everyone's saying gorgeous. Oh,
it is pretty.
I agree. Oh, and by the way, Kathy, for the hand wash, by the way, I machine washed this silk charmeuse first and dried it in a light heat. It shrinks a lot, but after you wash it, then you're fine. So just a tip. It changes the hand a little bit. Your store looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you. We've might not feel the same way. we're so busy. We're just happy for that.
Which is good. Do you have a pattern for that flamingo?
We do. We do. I think I got it right over here. Hang on. So right here, and we've got, sorry, put these back on. We've got tons of patterns that use this ruler. So
nice.
All kind of cute things.
And it's a curved ruler. That's amazing.
Yeah, this ruler right here.
Yeah, nice.
And then we do have it all cut out. And if you'll notice on this one, it doesn't include the checkerboard border, but the kit we made includes so you can make the checkerboard border for it.
Nice.
Yep.
Hey,
so
Jackie, she's down in Quilts and Lace down in Melbourne is where they are. Melbourne, Florida, Quilts and Lace.
Yep.
Just, you know, a ton of different things in here. You got it? You got it? You can always leave me a message if you can't find it.
Hey, BJ.
There was one more question up here I saw. Oh, how wide is that silk and cotton fabric?
It is 43.
Okay. Yeah, love that too. That's awesome. So you guys have our YouTube channel, or go to YouTube and look up Quilts and Lace. Their website's right on the bottom, Quilts and Lace. You see that right there. Louise wants to know, is the ruler inside the pattern?
Nope, it is a separate purchase. It is. All right, so the ruler, and like I said, I don't know if you can see this rack here, but all of these patterns. Oh, there's a cute. This is the one I'm going to make, but I'm going to do it with batiks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's a whale. Yeah.
And the ruler is $19. And like I said, we're doing 15% off. So that's good. And the pattern is 14. So
perfect. There you go, guys. And she probably won't know shipping unless she knows where you live. So there you go on that question. All right. Renee says she's an hour and a half from you. That's pretty close.
Give us a call.
All right. Everybody's loving that. Well, so your shows are 5 o'clock every day Eastern time. So you guys want to log into that. That's on Facebook Live. I'm so glad to see you doing that.
Oh, thank you. I tell you, do you remember when you were here? We did that live. We walked through the store. It was the very first time doing it. So when I do my live now, I remember how scared I was then. And I was like, oh my gosh, she helped put me down this road. So Angela, just remember that. And my mom remembers you so fondly too.
Oh yes, that was my next question. How is your mom?
Doing fine. So she is staying low key. I do have her taking care of my dogs for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, tell her hi. She was so sweet.
She's doing great. She's doing great. You know, she got to do that brother trip with us. So it was my mom and I that went to Australia.
That's right. I forgot
it was awesome. Awesome.
Good
we had a great time.
You went when you did because
oh, now it's sad. Oh,
I know. But I'm so happy to see that everyone's supporting you still. And everyone, that's such a cool thing. Remember, that's why I like bringing you on here. Last week I had someone else. It's just to show that people are working hard that have the small businesses. So keep them in business.
Is working very hard.
Awesome. Well, Beth, you want to share anything else? Or I thank you so much for taking so much time with us out of your busy day.
Oh, thank you. I love doing it. Always good to see you. And you know, stop by next time you're fishing here in Florida.
I definitely will. Right now we can't get there. We're stuck, but I can't wait. So say hi to everyone. Say hi to the gang. And I will talk to you soon. But save me 1 yard of that. I'll be calling you when I hang up here. Let me put your phone number up one more time here for you guys. There you go. There's the phone number.
Great. And again, you can go to our website and register your email so that you can get the latest, especially when we're going to go live. And we do have the links to all the Facebook pages and YouTube channels on our website.
Very nice. Well, thank you. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. Look forward to seeing how you're making the infinity scarf.
All right. So we're going to break out that serger. You know what happens when you do that live.
One-handed. I've been doing things one-handed, so let me see you do that.
All right. See you later.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. I have ever since I went down to their store for a long, long, long time ago. I met Beth right when she actually bought this store, and I'm just so proud of her. She's doing so good, and with the addition, and to be able to keep up during this time, great job, Beth. Hats off to you, and I hope your phone rings off the hook. All right, so I'm just making sure. Yeah, I saw you guys had some other questions. Oh, thanks, Kelly. I'll bring that up for a second. Quiltsandlace.com. So I'm going to be making a scarf with the serger and showing you how to use a rolled hem. So have you used a rolled hem on your serger before? Because it's so easy to use, but you have to change a few settings. Now your serger might be different than the one that I'm going to be using, but you could use your manual to look that up, right? I'm just making sure I'm not missing any questions before I take you to the other. She does have a beautiful smile. Looking forward to the scarf. All right, so let me take this off the screen. I think I turned the camera on. Hold on, let's see if it's on. Oh, she's on. And I can read your comments while I'm doing this, but just remember, if my stitching is crooked, that's why. All right. You can see this okay. My studio is a hot mess right now. I'm as busy as she is right now. And thank you guys, by the way, for all the orders. And these live shows are a lot of fun. Okay, so let me bring you in here. And the first thing I want to point out is in the manual. Well, I showed you this last week. Try to do this without going right in front of your camera. I keep all of my serging things in a little serging book. So we did this class at All Brands years ago. Which was really fun. And I have a couple classes on Blueprint that show you how to use your serger too. But of course, I have this in upside down. But then what I do is on each page, I have all the settings. Of course, I had to have it pink. And then I put a sample inside of what I'm doing. So then I can always just quickly look if it's gathering. And every Friday, I've been trying to add a little serging tip for you. But here is faux piping. That was a fun one. I've got a blind hem. Oh, flat lock. That's one of my favorite. Well, they're all my favorite. I got the ladder stitch. Pin tucking. Oh, that's a really fun way to decorate fabric. And then gathering. There's a whole pile of things. Do you know you can do this all with this one little serger right here? Just an overlock machine. Not a cover stitch, just a serger overlock. So in your manual, make sure that you write down the settings for your exact machine. So this is the Brother machine. So a couple things. For the rolled hem, you use the right needle. I've already taken out the left needle, and I've already threaded the machine, because if you haven't seen me do that, there's a video on Brother. We just did this 2 weeks ago on the Facebook Live. But here's the big one. Taking out the stitch finger. I've had so many people ask, what is the stitch finger? How do I do that? So we're going to do that, but not quite yet. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here and just show you my piece of fabric. By the way, do any of you remember this class that I did on Blueprint where we made these scarves? So I cut this. I would typically cut this 60 inches wide almost, because then I can keep wrapping it a couple times around my head. But this fabric, this is all I had in my stash. It was already washed. It's silk. I thought it would be a good one to show you because the back side is not as shiny as the front side, but I thought it would make a good texture. I've washed it in cool water and dried it. And so it's about 14 inches wide. And then I just used the width of the fabric. All right. And I'm just going to make sure. Oh, you do the same with the books? I do too. Where do you get the forms? I just made it up, Kelly. I just did that myself on the computer. Yeah, I mean, just go down. I can leave a snapshot for you if you'd like to copy it or something. Are you in my Angela Patterns group? I'll post it in there. It's facebook.com/Angela Wolf Pattern. Sewing Angela Patterns. Somebody posts the link for me down there. I can't remember. It's Angela Wolf something. All right, so 14 inches wide, one piece of fabric, and this is the width of the fabric. If you want to make sure that you're getting it the right amount, You know, I swear I was just on the phone like 2 minutes before I came here and I lost everything. But what I usually do is I will take a measuring tape around my head. I just made Win a scarf, not this one. I made him one to pull over his head. But you want to measure like around your head and then double that because this is going to be a double wrapped infinity scarf. So you want to make sure you can at least get it around your head. Otherwise, you might have problems. But here's the trick. You're welcome, Vicki. Would you be able to do this on any brother serger? Faith, yes, you can. Oops, yes, you can. And Vicki, thank you. Oh, that my blouse, Delia. This is my Delilah version. It's time for spring and summer. Yeah, I have this pattern online. It's PDF right now because I don't have booklets because I can't get things printed right now. All right, so let me go back to this. I take this, fold it in half, and here's the trickiest part. You're not going to just have it like this. You're going to twist just once the back side. So watch this. Everything's like this, and then twist. I'm just twisting it one time and then meeting it back up at this bottom edge. You got that? I lost my twist. All right, here you go. Do you want me to do it on the table? Would that be easier? All right, let me get this out of the way. So now you know that didn't I tell you guys that I'll wear leggings with tennis shoes and then just put on a cute top for live shows? Now you know the truth. All right, so I'll take you to that one and let me just bring this up a little bit so you can see. I think you'll see this a little bit better. Okay. How's this? So here it is, flat. There. Now, this will be very easy for you to see. Take this side, right here, and just switch your hands and flip it once. Just once. So I basically have right side facing down, right side facing down. And by flipping that once, look up here how there's a twist. So now when I go to serge the entire thing, I can go continuously with the rolled hem all the way around. So I'll do it one more time for those of you and you can, if you want to see this again, share this to your timeline or come back to my page or Brother Sews and watch this again. Flat, take your hands and flip it just once and then line up those ends. All right, before I change it to a rolled hem, we're going to do just a regular serged seam. Bring it back over here. Don't get seasick. So right now my settings are just set for a 3-thread narrow overlock. I could on a sewing machine do a French seam, which would look nice on this as well. You could do a French seam on a serger too, but I'm just going to serge it because my focus was a rolled hem. So this is the end that we twisted. I guess it would help if I hit the right presser foot, right? Make sure that you guys are close enough here. I've got too many things under my cabinet. All right, here's my edge. Again, this is a 3-thread narrow overlock I'm doing right now just to finish the bottom edges. That looks nice. That looks fine. All right, so now let's change our settings. Grab my stuff here. We're going to change the serger settings for a rolled hem. So in here, bring you around just a little bit here. it says to remove the stitch finger. So put your needles in the up position, and the stitch finger is right here. If I don't hit the wrong, hold on a sec. I'm just going to serge just for a second, just to make sure I didn't. All right, I don't know if you caught that, but I hit a thread, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't unthread this already, because that would not be good, right? All right, so the stitch finger is right here, and you just needle in the up position and then just pull this out. There it is. And there's a place right here that this can stick into. I usually don't do that though. I usually put it in the box. Right here. It's just, I put all my stuff in there. Okay. What else do we have to change? Well, on the sheets, it tells you, and check your serger, okay? So adjust the stitch width adjustment to the R position. Now, one thing I want to be clear, I'm not doing a rolled hem. I'm going to do a narrow overlock. You could do either, but I like the look of, well, I guess it really doesn't matter with silk, but I usually end up doing a narrow overlock. So we'll just do a rolled hem. That's fine. R, since that's what I promised you. So over here on the side, I'll turn the serger. Right here, this is my stitch length. It's usually at 3.0. I'm going to take that to R, and the stitch, that's the stitch length. The stitch width right here needs to be at R, which it is already. And you guys can leave questions. I can't quite see them from this far away, but I'll come over there and answer them, okay? Just so you know. And then my manual came with this entire sheet here, and I actually highlighted so you could see. So a rolled hem or a narrow overlock. They're very similar. There's just a few settings down here that changes for them. So we got a stitch for the rolled hem, stitch length of R, stitch width of R. And when I'm finished, I'll tell you the bonuses of a rolled hem versus a narrow overlock, just so you know. Stitch finger is removed. And now for fine materials or for medium materials, that's a big deal. Okay, so you need to test this a little bit. So this silk is pretty fine. So these are the general settings. It says generally 3 to 5, 4 to 8, 6 to 8. This is your needle, which would be your right needle. I'm just going to leave it at 4 for right now. I can always adjust it later. My upper looper between 4 and 6, and my lower looper between 6 and 8. So let me just take you up here and show you how to do this if you've never done this before. Don't forget, you can always change the dials back, so don't be afraid to turn these. I'm going to put that at 5 for now. It's right between 4 and 6. That's the upper looper. And this is the lower looper, which is between 6 and 8. That's pretty high. So I'm going to go to 7. And let me grab a scrap of fabric here. You should always practice just a smidge first. I have my knife on. Now this piece has not been pressed, by the way. I did press the scarf. Oops. Hold on a second. I'm coming back. Hold on a second. I think I pulled the cord too hard. I'll make sure you guys are in here. Hold on 1 minute. And I'll just double check this. You gotta love sewing and being the cameraman. Okay, I'll try one more time. I know the anticipation is killing you. Try one more time. There we go. All right. We're in. Okay, I'm going to just take a quick minute, make sure I'm not missing your comments here. What kind of thread am I using? Okay, so Kim, you could use a various kind of thread in there. Right now, I'm just using regular serger thread, just standard serger thread. But you could use, for silk especially, you could use some beautiful threads in the looper, like woolly, the woolly poly would be beautiful with this. But right now, I just had it set for regular standard serger thread because I was making Win a mask. I'm leaving it like that. Hey, Chris, Happy belated birthday, by the way. There was quite a few people in here that had birthdays this week. Happy birthday to everyone who had a happy birthday. All right, so I'm just making sure I'm not missing any of your questions about this before I keep rolling. No, Chris, my brother Serge does not have air threader. Nope. Okay, and you're welcome. All right, let's go back over there and let's try not to knock the camera out this time, right? Okay. I'll move really slow this time. So I have my knife engaged, which is important. I have one piece of fabric here just to practice on. And it's a wrinkled hot mess. Maybe that's why the camera went out. I'm just going to serge off and just see what this looks like, see if I can change any settings. This fabric is sliding all over the place. I'm also going to show you how to troubleshoot if it comes off the edge. All right. So this is where I started and it came off the edge. I'm going to show you how to fix something like that. But this is what the rolled hem would really look like. See how dainty that is? I mean, that's like tiny, tiny, tiny. I think it'll be better on the other serger, but I'm going to try one more little piece here that's not so wrinkly, just to double check that I don't need to change this a little bit. Now, one thing I want to point out, especially if you're using slippery fabric, watch my hand. I'm trying to keep it out of your way, but you don't want to pull the fabric out. You want to push it this way. I'm almost pushing the fabric this way. So in the front of the machine, I'm holding the fabric this way, and in the back, I'm pushing it that way. That will help it from sliding off the edges. Now, there are a lot of tricks you can use, like embroidery stabilizer, tearaway stabilizer. That works great on this. And I could do that in another segment, but I just wanted to show you this pattern. All right. Much better. See how that looks? It rolls it over, looks nice. I think that this, you could also use embroidery thread for a rolled hem. That makes it look really pretty. So let me just show you a few tips, because I think if I serge this entire thing, that's going to take hours. I'll show you what this is going to look like, but I did serge the edge of my scarf here, so it's all one piece. So if you look closely, this is all twisted, and I'll bring it over to a dress form for you to see. But let me just show you how to start and stop your stitch on here. And maybe this cord is going to behave for us. All right, so if you were going to start on the edge of your scarf somewhere, put your needle in the up position, slide this under, and then put your needle down. Then go ahead and serge. Just like I mentioned, I'm pushing the fabric this way. Now, let's just say that you went off the fabric, which I'm doing on purpose right now, and then back on. In case you just popped on, I just did this on purpose, okay? See how it just popped off and on? That's one of the biggest annoying things for a rolled hem. So a couple things. If your fabric is not behaving well with this, you could use embroidery stabilizer on the back, sticky, tear away. Put this on there, do the nice serged edge, and then it tears it off. That's one way. But if you need to go back on here, what I usually do is I will put my needle in the up position, slide your fabric back in just a little bit before where it went off. the edge. Okay. Put the needle down. So, and if you look closely, it's kind of hard with this thread to see it, but if you look closely, it should go back down right where your previous stitch was. And then go ahead and start stitching, pushing your fabric. And then when you get to the part where you're going back on, you don't want to go over too far. So I'm going to stitch off. See? So I went on right here. So I could trim this off and just pull this thread out, which I'll do. I could have also cut this off while I was serging, but I usually like to cut it away just about this far. And then I can just pull these pieces off. These will just open up. I could also put a little fray check there, and I could also just tuck it under if I want to, either way. And then look, it's all the way back on. So that's an easy way to fix that rolled hem. So I'm going to do this to the entire scarf, not live, but because that will take forever. And let me just show you what this ends up looking like. And then I'll take your rolled hem questions. Okay, so here's my lady that I'm debating if I should make the Shirley. Now I'm debating if I'm going to make the Shirley or the Rachel on this one, because it's such a soft, sweatery feel fabric. All right, so because we twisted it, now you have this piece that's all twisted. So when you put it on, and then wrap it around your head twice, that's what I will end up with. And also, I want to point one more thing out. Now, this should be fine. And then when I put this up over my nose or whatever, I'll be okay. You know me. I'll probably have like a piece of double-sided tape. But check this out. Because we twisted it, now it's literally an infinity scarf. So if I were to start stitching right here, let's just look at the end. Just pretend I'm sewing in a really fast way. Sewing, sewing. There's no end. That's why they call it an infinity scarf. Okay, I've already went around this twice. Are you getting the idea? You could just keep serging and serging and serging. That's the whole idea of an infinity scarf. So you could do one that just wrapped once. That looks really cute. That would be about this high. But I wanted mine to wrap twice for a little bit more protection. And also, because my other side of my silk is a little dull and one side's shiny, I thought that would give it a good look. What do you think? Pretty simple. I thought it was pretty simple, but if your video keeps, yes, you're welcome. How long was the fabric? So Sally, I usually would cut mine the whole width of like a 54 to 60 inch wide, but this fabric only came 44 inch wide. So that's how wide mine is right now. And hopefully, I think I can get it over my head. If not, I'll cut it off and make it a shorter one. But usually I go like 50 something wide, because then you could have one tight here and one hanging down. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now if you have any questions on the serger, I'll take those real quick. And don't forget, we have a sewing machine giveaway on Friday. Oh, thanks, Chris. Oh, you knit those. That would be beautiful, Chris. And I don't see, I'm using the knife, Delia. Now, when I go back to fix the one stitch, then I use the knife, but I'm not cutting the fabric. All right. Oh yeah, Mary, they still have that serger. You just call your brother dealer. It used to be called the Project Runway one. What's it called now? Might be called the Pace Setter now. Got a phone call. Oh, I didn't do anything where with oh, you want me to show you where the finger is again? Well, you know what? You'll be able to just go back and rewatch the video. Oh, sure. Suzanne, I'll try it on. Hold on a second. I didn't really want to mess up my hair today. So kidding. Hey, by the way, so in case you missed this, Wind cut my hair yesterday. It was a little bit choppy. So I actually laid my hair on the, we won't go there. I fixed it. Let's just go with that. The wolf pack knows what happened. All right, so I put it on, and then I twist it one more time. Okay. And then I could put something in here for a filter, but now I can just, there goes my lipstick. I will put it up through here and make it tighter in the back, but I don't really want to mess up my lipstick. But are you getting the idea? So because it's 2 layers, I can have this layer looser and this layer tighter. All right. And now that I just ate my lipstick, that was fabulous. Yeah? Oh, Patricia, your serger can do so much more. Again, I have a couple classes on Blueprint that you might like. And these make great gifts. How does it stay on? I pull it tight in the back. So when it's twisted like this, let me use the dress form again because I don't really want to make a hot mess of myself on here. So if you have it on yourself, you're going to have it twice, right? 1. Now, by the way, this is not a medical mask. This is just for me because the masks are driving me crazy. So don't think I'm telling you to use this instead of like a medical mask or something. And then I wrap it up through here. Make sure I do this right. Okay. So it's wrapped twice. One part is lower than the other. And you can tighten by pulling this. This part will be the tight part across my face. This will be across my face. I'll just put it up here. And then you tighten it back here, like this. It's a wrap. So this will be tight on my face, and this will wrap a little bit lower. Does that make sense? And that way, when I'm finished, I can just pull this down. Now, I'm not going anywhere, though, by the way. I go like hardly anywhere. But I know that if I have to run into Walgreens really quick, this is how I'll do that. At least I have something. I have a mask in the car, too. So, I mean, if I'm going somewhere where there's a ton of people. Oh, thanks for taking my classes. Oh, Christina, I've given up on the whole glass thing. If somebody's got something for that, even when I wear the regular mask, I can't see anything. So anybody have any tips on that? Let me know. Got it? Yes. Shaving cream on my glasses. Is that what it is, Pam? Somebody said that. Yeah. Yeah, Rena, I agree. Well, they all do. So I'm just trying to come up with something else. Okay, how about just use it as a gift to wear as a decoration? That will be a... All right, I think I got all of your... There goes your lipstick. I'll tell my mom. So true. All right, guys. So do you have any questions on that, or I'm rolling on? Oh, so Barbara, if it keeps breaking the threads, check a couple things. Your actual thread, make sure it's not wrapped on the bottom. Quite often, if your thread spool gets wrapped on the cone underneath, that will break the threads. And check your tension discs. Somebody a couple weeks ago said they were having a problem like that, and then they were fine. I'm with y'all. Okay, so what is next? Oh, Sandy, you know what's funny is I am live on YouTube, but I'm not seeing any of your comments on YouTube, but I see you now. Oh, you're welcome, Nancy. So anyways, this would make a great gift for Mother's Day next weekend too. I love infinity scarves and I love silk scarves. I just thought it'd be something extra. All right, guys. So that was a fun day today. And again, it was fun having Beth on here. Make sure to support your dealer, fabric store, whatever you can do at the meantime. But in the meantime, it's fun hanging out with all of you. So tomorrow, the schedule is tomorrow, Thursday, 4 o'clock, Laura Piper and I will be on here. Today, actually at 3, Emily's going to be live on her page. And so I will share it to the brother page. But if you really want to get it right when it starts, just go to Emily's page, Life So Savory. She's on today at 3, shortly here in about a half an hour, Tomorrow at 4 is Laura Pfeiffer and myself. And then Friday is the sewing machine giveaway. Yay. So I just saw somebody ask for the link for that. Hold on, I'll bring it up for you. Oh, Louise, you want me to explain the benefits of a narrow hem to a rolled hem? Okay, so yes, I can. So for the differences, the narrow hem is so tiny. You saw that. It was kind of tiny, and it folds the fabric, which looks great on silk. But if you go to anything thicker, like a cotton or anything like that, well, then it can get a little bit too thick, and you'll break threads, and it just doesn't look as good. So I actually tend to grab the narrow overlock instead and use a very narrow stitch length right between the R and the next one up. And that makes it just a little bit thicker, but it looks great on, say, a fleece, a cotton. I've done that on a linen because the rolled hem is just a little bit too tiny for that. So my favorite is to have the rolled hem on a chiffon or a silk like that. The other thing is if you do the 3-thread narrow overlock, then I might put a decorative stitch in the looper, something like a woolly poly, and that fills it in just enough. And it just has a little bit more thread to show versus just that. Does that make sense? Other than that, the settings are the same. You take that stitch finger out. It's still a narrow overlock. So hopefully that helps. Okay, just make sure I don't see any others. You're welcome, everyone. Right now it's 11:30 California time. So, by the way, she's going to be on at 3 Eastern Standard Time. I always give Eastern times. All right. Hey, Monica, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Who else has a birthday today? There was a lot. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Yvette, if you're doing a rolled hem and it gets wavy, does that mean the tension is too tight? Well, how about like this one here? Hold on, I'll grab it. Oh, Pat, I'll look for your email. Did you send it today? Because I did not see it yesterday. So if you sent it yesterday, send it again because I didn't see it. So, okay, Yvette. Just going to put this down. This is a lettuce edge. So this is with a knit. So this is a narrow overlock. You could also do it with a rolled hem, and it has stretch to it. This is actually where I would prefer to do a narrow overlock because it's just so tiny. The rolled is, but either way. And what I do is the settings are just a little bit different on the tension, but then I stretch the fabric just a little bit as it goes through, and you actually change the differential feed on your machine. So if yours is stretching out like this and you're not stretching the fabric, check your differential feed because that could cause it to stretch like this. This is what I call the lettuce edge. It makes a great sleeve hem. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, Helen, happy early birthday. Somebody else, there was quite a few birthdays this week. All right, so I've been rubbing fabric that just came out of my stash, which is mean I'm going to start sneezing and coughing for about 15 minutes. So I'm, Stacy, the woolly poly would go in the lower looper. Well, you could use it in the lower and the upper looper. I use it in both. Well, if you're pulling fabric too much, but if you're serging and it's still stretching, Pam, it could be the differential feed because those feed dogs could be too tight. Another thing could be the presser foot pressure. So you might have to turn that a little bit looser so it doesn't feed so much. You're welcome, welcome. All right, you guys. Well, I think unless I'm missing something. Oh, Mary has a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. Susan, didn't you have a birthday coming up too? I thought I heard you say this week. Somewhere. All right. Well, have a great day. I will see you all tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Until then, happy sewing. And nice to see you, Kathy. I'm going to make you sneeze. Now I'm going to sneeze. All right. Bye, you guys. Have a great day. And thanks again. Thanks for joining. And brother, thanks for letting us take over your page for the whole month.